Hello and what is up, everyone? Welcome back to game one between Virtus Pro and Team Secret. This is the grand finals of ESL Hamburg 2017. We're gonna head right into the game here. Did not catch the draft phase. Watched a little bit of there, but didn't start the recording. Player perspective or something? No, we're on direct camera for some reason. Alright, there we go. So, we're going to see an early smoke coming out from VP, actually. We're going to have fun boys coming out. And talking about both of the drafts here. I think that Virtus Pro going with the comfort picks. Going with the old classic no one sniper. This hero is not really in meta anymore. They actually go with the vengeful carry as well. Something that CS teams were known to do in the past. And look for the first blood, but they're not going to find it. Secret position themselves really well. They realize that this first blood gank definitely a true potential coming out from VP, so they're just going to position themselves very safely all in the bottom lane. There's 5 heroes here, and they will not lose anybody. Virtus Pro try to invade the jungle. They'll find absolutely no one. They do get 2 wards off here, and they'll take out this bounty rune. But Secret going to invade here. A little bit delayed as they come in, leading with Fada, the fastest hero on the team. And they're going to look to take the bounty rune of their own. So again, this is a best of 3 grand finals for ESL Frankfurt, or not Frankfurt, Hamburg 2017. And we're going to see Pasha do his little taunt here. He has pretty good cosmetics here. Has a nice sword with a pirate set there. Oh, we're gonna obstructed by trees. There we go. Got the Agnum's cosmetic as well. Pretty cool looking brewmaster, gotta say. Oh, in the mid lane, we're gonna see Solo ballad up against Puppy. We got the melee support on melee support action here. It's punching each other in their face with clubs. So we like to see in the grand finals. We got some arrows coming out from Gap Swords just to farm. It killed the Hellbear Smasher there, leaving the Hellbear without a family. And we see the charge on Puppy in the bottom lane. Pasha will get hit by the charge. They follow up with the blast from Fada, doing a bit of harass here to Pasha. We'll have a lot of regen to help him sustain. This will be the classic no one solo dual lane. And look at that, the quacks, the ducks, quacking down mid one here. Really annoying as well with the shrapnel, but again, it's super long range hero against fairly long ranged hero on the Lina. Well, right now they're pretty even in their range. Sniper actually a little bit shorter with that 1 point in the take aim quite yet. And see the CS war happen here in the mid lane, and right now no one will be slightly ahead, but oh my god, the double golems coming out from the Enchantress, and they will secure first blood. Lil with the ganks, and they're gonna even continue the golem stuns. The golem stun massacre here in the mid lane. I mean, Yapster aired one of the golems there, and I think he regretted his decision because it spawned 2 more golems, 2 more stuns for Lil, and he's coming into the top lane. Look, that golem expires, and now they have 4 golem stuns. I think these golems will live just long enough so they can get their stuns off and gets himself a Wildwing Ripper as well, and Lil has a small army with him right now. Yaps are in the area, and I like this Mirana support pick coming out from Secret. Of course, you can arrow the creeps, and normally she'll get rid of them, but if it's mud golems, it's a whole different story. As we're going to see the stun. The stuns! The stuns! Oh my god, they almost have enough to kill Ace. They might be able to click him down. He barely manages to get away. He jukes into the trees, and he will actually survive. Narrowly escapes the golem massacre there, but the golems will die now. And mid lane, no one still farming up. The charge attempted, but he was way too far behind his tower, and Solo's here still acting as the bodyguard for the sniper. And we're going to see the charge in, the shrapnel as well. No one will get hit by the charge. Mid one tries for the stun, doesn't connect, and he will fall. Puppy TP's back home, and he will get back safely. The top lane, Ramsey's not doing too bad against the Timber here. A lot of it was because of the help that he's received from Lil. And Lil's coming back with more golem action here. He also has 2 golems in his camp here. Unfortunately, he killed the big golem, so he can't enchant it there. But we'll have this golem to work with. And again, if Yapster arrows the golem, it's going to summon 2 golems, and that's 2 more stuns. In the bottom lane, charge from Puppy, catches out Pasha, but he's just fine. Pops out the Drunken Haze, and he'll just run back. Maybe looking to pick up the batting rune for instead of going all the way back right away. Solo finds himself an illusion rune in the bottom, so he might be looking to use these to tank the tower. Maybe go for a dive here on mid one. One might just see just that. He will go for the dive. He actually will tank the tower, not leading with illusions. He's taking a lot of damage here from the tier 1. He will manage to get away in time. Very high armor hero, and a quackening from no one. He might be able to take out Puppy here. His Puppy will fall. The top lane, it looks like there was some skirmish happening during that time, but Lil did not die, and he will be back to picking up some creeps in the jungle here. Fortunately, I think the small golems blocked this camp up, so we'll have to deal with the centaur for now. But VP looking like they're off to a very hot start here in this game 1 in this best of 3 grand finals. Pasha not having the greatest time in the bottom lane, and as a result, Virtus.pro is not that far ahead in terms of net worth because Pasha is having a pretty crummy lane against Fada. I think they're fine with that for now, as no one's having a great lane. 26 CS, 16 denies to the 10 and 3 of mid 1. He's absolutely dominated here with the help coming in from Solo. Best ogre player in the world, as we see a charge onto Pasha in the bottom lane. Fada in trouble potentially. He doesn't have any mana left. Has a fairy fire, but I don't think that's enough. The charge will connect. The bash comes out actually onto Pasha. He's going to try to run for his life now, as Yapster is here as well, and with the extra move speed from the Bloodlust, he's going to be able to get out no problem. Solo drops down a ward, which might have been scouted out by Puppy. I'm going to see Yapster commit the arrow just to kill out the catapult, make sure they can get their own catapult to the tower a bit faster. Solo getting nuked up a little bit here, but he's still fairly tanky. I don't think you're able to dive him. Instead, they're just going to look to chip out this tower as much as they can. I'm going to decrepify the catapult to make sure it survives. And Puppy getting position for the dive now. Solo drops the ignite onto Fada. Pasha is back though. He's still only level 5. They have to watch out though. Once he hits level 6, they won't have the option to do this anymore. But just going to chip as much damage into the tower as possible. Puppy charges himself away. Will actually cancel the charge. Finds himself a regen rune here in the bottom lane. So I think they might give this to mid 1. While on the top lane, Ramsey's not having that bad of a time against the Timber. He's actually doing pretty well in terms of CS, beating him even. And they're going to come in with the gank. Actually, TP rotation from no one. The nuke from the sniper ulted was not enough. The assassinate did not have enough damage to finish off FaZe. He's healing up now with the reactive armor stacks, but the stun from Ramsey's level 2 will finish off the kill, and they're going to transition into a push. They have a catapult on their side. Is the enemy catapult available? What happened to it? Usually Enchantress likes to take the catapult, but apparently it died or something like that. Well, what just happened? Solo getting a kill onto mid 1. He did end up going down first there, so he didn't get the experience, but that was a pretty big kill for him. They actually got more gold for the kill on Solo, which is surprising because he's done so much. He had a streak on him. Ramsey's did TP in here in the mid lane, which means that they don't have the revenge for the top push. In the bottom lane, Brewmaster split committed there for the kill. Onto Fada, the charge comes in. It will connect as the Panda split expires as soon as the charge actually lands. And they're going to look for Solo here as well. Ace is down here as well. He will just bloodlust himself running away, but he gets connected by the Lina stun, and they'll follow up with the charge, and they will transition into a tower kill, as it's already quite low from the previous damage done by Fada. In the top lane, they will get the trade. No one working on the tower this whole time. Ramses farming out the mid lane. So Secret coming back with a couple of crucial kills here. This is going to allow a way for mid one to get back into the game. Ace farming up some stacks here as well. And I think the game has evened out right now. They traded tier 1 for tier 1. Secret got a couple of crucial comeback kills. Used the panda split there, but didn't really get the most out of it. I think they got like 1 kill there, and that's all. And as for now, Virtus Pro will look to play aggressive probably with the next panda ultimate, but they're looking to go on the Timber now. I don't know if this is the right move. He's very hard to kill, but he is out of mana now. Pops the magic, or pops the soul ring actually, and there's the Laguna Blade coming out onto Soul. He hits a stun on Ramses, but Secret will have to back themselves away now as Lil has come in. Assassinate comes out, hits onto Puppey, cancels his charge. They swap him back as well. He's going to accept his fate. He's going to stand there and die. Pasha will now TP to the top lane. He wants to stop this push coming in from Fada. They're going to TP in solo as well to help out. He's level 6 on the Ogre, very early. Normally, he tends to be a little bit under level on this 5 position Ogre, but because of all the kills that he's gotten so far, he's going to get a pretty fast level 6, getting that multi-cast up a lot sooner. And there's going to be a charge on no one. And the thing is, Spirit Breaker is a pretty decent hero against Sniper, so I'm surprised that Virtus Pro actually decided to go with the last pick Sniper here. I thought they would actually go for the Alchemist, but then I think Secret anticipated that, picking the Timber Saw, and at that point they just weren't feeling the Alchemist anymore, so instead they go with the Sniper, which is still working out for them so far, but we'll see what happens later on. As I think that Secret not only does have the catch for him with the charge that can provide the vision, but they also have the burst damage with Lina and the Laguna. Pugna is also pretty annoying for Sniper. If you get on top of him, the problem is Sniper is playing at a very long range, so if Fada ever wants to get on top of Sniper, he most likely will need a Blink Dagger or something along those lines. We're going to see Puppey with the charge here onto Ramses. It will be cancelled. But they find Pasha. However, he gets the panda split off. The good Luna Blade wasn't enough. The Shrine will save mid one though. Ramses has made his rotation in. They send Yapsor into the air. They want to finish off mid one. Decrepify keeping him alive for now, but immediate purge coming out from Pasha. Nice micro from him. He's very low though. He has to be careful. The arrow does not connect onto him, but he'll die regardless as Ace comes in with the damage. The arrow did hit onto Solo. He's in trouble, but gets the multicast onto Ace. Doesn't really do much as they follow up, get the kill there onto Lil as well. And there you see Pugna against Enchantress being a pretty good matchup for the Pugna. Very high nuke damage, and he's going to Decrepify Ramses up. He gets a stun onto Puppey, but it doesn't matter. Fada with the suck and a big turnaround there for Secret. Virtus Pro committing very deep there for the kill onto mid one, and they ended up losing 4 for 1. And that was Panda split used as well. Really good play there from Secret. Showed up at the right time. Good arrows from Yapsor. And the damage output from Ace was enough. And Spirit Breaker also, of course, assisting there. Being able to lock down and catch all these heroes. And he's still level 5. And they charge onto no one in the bottom lane. Mid one can get the follow-up stun. They try to swap no one away, but it's too late. He dies to the Laguna. They want to try to get a counter heal, but that kill gives Puppey level 6, which will allow him to stun up Ramses. They follow up with the stun on mid one, and now they're just losing heroes one by one on the side of Virtus Pro. And we're seeing the weakness of the Sniper and Venge cores here. They're just way too squishy to the magic damage on the side of Secret, and because Fada had the absolute free reign, he has Aether Lens now, and I mean he's dishing out crap ton of magic damage that Virtus Pro just simply don't have the answer to at this point. All their heroes pretty squishy, and even the Brew will be squishy to this magic damage. The thing is, Laguna Blade is magic, so it's gonna get amplified by the Decrepify. So 60% magic damage amp on the Laguna, that is no joke. Ace is farming up from the top lane this whole time. Will go for a hood just to be a little bit tankier. Not that much damage, magic damage on the side of Virtus Pro, but I mean, Hood is still nice. Makes him just that more survivable against, like, you know, Shrapnel, Brewmaster, Clap, things like that. And he doesn't have to worry too much about the physical damage from Virtus Pro quite yet. Not until the Sniper and Venge get some more items up. I see an arrow come out from Yapsor. He's a scout out. He is going for the Medallion. It's a Solar Crest build. No one here in the bottom lane, acting as a trap pretty much. As they have Pasha waiting in the wings with the Blink Dagger ultimate, but Secret is not going to take the bait. Instead, they're going to just charge in. They get a D ward off. I think Puppy planned on continuing his charge there, but he sees a ward and he knows that he was spotted out, so instead he's just going to D-ward. Scan comes out, and they will spot out no one's positioning. They shoot out the arrow just to scout. Posh is still hiding in the trees. Again, they want to set this trap here, this bottom lane. Fada will move forward. And might look for him. They blink, clap onto him. No one is here, but if you can get the Decrepify off, no, it gets purged, and he will go down. Pretty big kill there onto Fada. But the rest of Secret will see that and back away. They'll use the Moonlight Shadow to cover their retreat as well. During this whole time, Ace has been farming in the top lane. He has his mana boost now. It's not going to be the fastest Bloodstone in the world, but I mean, he'll get there. Probably get it around the 18-19 minute mark. It's going to be a Maelstrom up now for no one. This is going to help increase his farm speed significantly. As for Secret, they did come back with a couple of nice plays, but game is still very even. Only less than a 1,000 net worth advantage for Secret. And Virtus Pro, they're farming up fairly well. We're going to see a charge onto Pasha in the bottom lane. Do they have enough to actually kill him though? The mischance, he's burning down to the urn, but they come in with the supports, the reinforcements, and no one finishes off that kill into Puppy. Yapsor will be able to escape. There's a skeleton sitting in the back here for some reason, but just gonna walk by, casually kill it, and get out of danger. And the thing about Virtus Pro's lineup is they don't have any form of initiation other than the Brewmaster, so they might have some trouble taking these team fights later on in the game, because if you look at Secret, they have multiple forms of initiation. Melina being able to hit a stun. I guess that's not initiation. They're mostly dependent on Spirit Breaker, so Puppy's job is pretty important. He's played really well in the game so far. So I guess the other form of initiation is Arrow. So not that much just blink stuns from either team right now. Even Pasha doesn't have a blink stun. He'll have a blink slow. And that's not going to stop Mirana from jumping away or Force Staffs from getting these heroes away. And they are not building any Force Staffs quite yet. Fada is going for more damage with the Dagon build up. As for Lina, mid one is going for the Bloodstone. He has it complete, flying out to him on the Courier. Yapster has a smoke ready, and I think they want to claim some Bloodstone charges. So pretty non-standard drafts from either side here. But Ramses and Lil getting to work on Roshan. Lil tanking it, making this Roshan fairly easy, and they will get it with the Medallion on Lil. The minus armor from the Wave of Terror as well, and they actually sneak that Rosh right under Secret's nose. They were busy trying to smoke up, look for some kill with this Bloodstone newly picked up on mid one, but instead they lose Roshan to VP, which might be costly, as you're going to commit the Panda split here in the bottom lane to get another kill on the Fada. He has to watch out, as Panda has been good at hiding the trees and catching him out. He's already died once, he'll die again. Yapsor gets sent into the air. He's already committed his leap, and he will go down as Pasha gets that last auto attack off. Mid one, farming out this big camp here. He does have the Bloodstone. He doesn't want to die and lose Bloodstone charges, but he's currently standing right under a Virtus Pro ward. They know exactly where he is. They'll have to sneak Pasha in, though it is daytime. And they're waiting, they're patient, and they swap him in. They get the stun as well, the slow from the Brew, a minus armor, and he gets the deny off just in time. Even Laguna Blades right before getting the deny. So they won't get the kill, but they will cause him to lose some bloodstone charges. Ace, though, is just making use of all this space. He's been farming up for the past 5 minutes now, even. Trying to get to his bloodstone, and he needs just the recipe pretty much at this point. But with the Aegis on Virtus Pro, as well as the kill onto mid one, is looking like they want to push into the mid tower. Just going to chip the tower down from a very long range, and they will get it. No one getting the last hit there. Mid one right back on the bottom lane. He should know there's a ward here somewhere behind the tree line as he was swapped from behind the trees. But I don't think they can get a support down here and dewarding anytime soon. Yaps are actually farming up right now. He will have the medallion complete, going for the solar crest directly. Puppy is playing the 5 position Spirit Breaker, so he doesn't have much. He's been buying the wards, of course, so only Tranquils onto him, but he has pretty much what he needs. As he attempts for a charge here on the bottom lane, but Virtus Pro clearly see it coming, and they'll back away, which will cause Puppy to cancel his charge there. Doesn't want to overcommit. And when will Ace be ready to actually fight? Very close to his bloodstone. I think that once he gets his bloodstone up and Fada finishes this Dagon, he'll have it very soon. They might look to make a play, but again, Virtus Pro still have the Aegis. They snuck it, and Secret didn't see that one coming, because they're still showing a lot of heroes on the map, but Ramses, Solo, and Lil were able to take it with just 3 fairly quickly, and Secret did not manage to spot it out and respawn in time. So they're going to continue with this push on the bottom lane. They take out the tier 1. They scan just to see Secret's positioning, because again, they don't have any eyes right now. Secret are not showing. They did commit the Moonlight Shadow, I believe, as well, but they don't manage to catch anybody out. Again, they don't want to commit onto VP right now. Again, they don't have a good form of initiation other than the charge, and it's pretty committal there. If Puppy charges in at this point, he'll pretty much die. So he doesn't want to do that unless they guarantee at least they can get a couple of kills, and which will allow him to defend the tower. But VP looking like they want to go right back in to finish off this tier 2. They're going to pop the shrapnel out to provide some extra vision, but get Yapstar and Puppy's positioning in the trees right now. They get the charge in, the arrow as well, but the swap coming in from Ramsey saves them, and the charge was able to be done because of this ward here you see on the high ground. And Hannah split does come out. Sassate finishes off Yapsor, and this turns out to be a great fight for Virtus Pro. They're going to TP back and defend their lanes right now, but I think that's an acceptable trade for them. Ramsey shrines up a little bit as well. Still has that Aegis. He has a next item flying out to him on the courier right now, I believe, and it will be a Shadow Blade. So he's looking to provide his team some extra scouting vision and come in there with initiation from Invis, which is nice because they are kind of lacking initiation, and their only hero that jumps in is Pasha at this point in time. And he did go for the Midas and Boots of Travel, next item pickup. As for Puppy, still insanely poor, might be in trouble here as Ramsey was scouting him out, but he barely didn't catch him there in the vision. So he's just gonna go back and farm some creeps. Mid one, his next item will be a Shadow Blade. So double Shadow Blade in this game so far. One on Ramses, one on mid one. Let's hope these players carry detection, and there you have it right now. I mean, it's only something you expect out of a Grand Finals major team. And Virtus Pro, they're gonna smoke up right now. As for Ramsey's actually in position in the top lane. Look at this. He's hiding in the trees, waiting for a Shadow Blade to come off cooldown so he can scout out and set up a kill for his smoked teammates here. But Fada smelled something was up. I mean, I think that Ramsey was previously spotted out, so he was looking for him in the trees, but Ramsey comes in with the stun on the Puppy. His team is here as well, and they'll reveal themselves. And Puppy's like, what the heck, all 5? For what? As that's a lot of space created actually. This meantime, Ace is just pushing in the bottom lane, and Puppy dies, but he tanks the gank for his team, and they're all going to be farming up quite nicely. You see Timber chain in pretty aggressively. Solo is trying to cut him off, but with the Timber chain, they'll leap away. I don't think they're going to be able to catch anybody at this moment in time. And Solo doing his best. He's running right in there with the level 4 Bloodlust. He wants to try to catch somebody here, but Ace doesn't want to have anything to do with him, and he's going to just Timber chain out and get back to safety. As for Fada, he actually didn't complete the Dagon. Instead, he decided to go with the safer build here and finishing up his 4-staff first. And now he'll be going back for that Dagon as the Null Talisman is calling out to him. Puppy just warding against his 5 position here on the side of Secret, so he's not going to get much farm, but his impact in this game has been pretty significant so far. And he's going to fall off now, but his charges have been on point. Ramsey's getting powerful though, building towards a BKB with the Bloodlust, the +8 stats talents. Once he hits level 25, he'll have that +65, and he'll be that much stronger. And in addition, he'll be buffing up the damage output from no one as well. So a lot of steroid abilities here on the side of Virtus Pro. They got the Bloodlust, they got the Vengeful Aura. So I say that going into the late game, they don't have to be that worried. Fada will complete his Dagon now, and the Aegis has expired, but look at Ramses. He's hitting so fast with the Mask of Madness, but Ace does manage to survive. The charge comes in from Puppy. Solo does get the stun onto Ace. A fight breaks out here, way here in the back, as the Panda Split comes out. They actually mixed the Assassinate miss, but it won't matter. No one still cleans up the kill just with auto attacks. The Dagon arrives into Fada's inventory, but they've already lost mid 1. Panda Split was committed for that, but I think they're happy. They get the crucial kill there onto mid 1, the mid lane on the side of Secret, and they're going to just farm the jungle, push out the lane a little bit, and back off. Just look to fight another day with Bruce Split once again. And so Ace does complete his Bloodstone now. He is fairly hard to kill. Only 1 death in the game so far. And I don't know why Solo is over here. So he gets charged up. The arrow connects and he's definitely dead. That's more Bloodstone charges for Ace. I think he was trying to ward, but unfortunately, or de-ward, but he gets himself caught out. And mid 1's Bloodstone not looking too happy. He's down to 5 charges. He does complete the Shadow Blade, but that's not going to do much to save him this game. It's more so helping him initiate. But we're going to see the initiation here on the mid lane onto Ramses, and oh my god, the magic damage coming out from Fada. He melts Ramses like he's butter. A Dagon coming into effect there, and they're going to check for Sean. Unfortunately, it's not up quite yet. It will be up in about a minute, so they're not going to be able to capitalize on this Vengeful being dead. They will be able to push out the lanes aggressively with Venge on the sidelines, but they won't directly take any critical objectives. They can take a top tower, but the tower is already low and it was on its way out anyway. So it was a Venge kill for it and a tower as well, so not bad for Secret. Not incredible though. But this whole time though, mid 1 is getting more space to push out this bottom lane. He's farming up fairly well, even if he is racking up the deaths there with already 7 deaths onto him. He's going for a BKB to make sure he's more survivable and he can actually try to man up in these fights, but I still don't think BKB will help him that much, especially against the high physical damage coming out from Vengeance Sniper, but it's just a necessity because without it, he just can't fight at all. If ever he just gets caught out by 1 stun, he's pretty much dead. And Virtus Pro looking to go for a gank here. They're going to be as 5, and they see Roshan has just spawned. They're going to head right into it. Secret, they know something is going on. They're going to send Ace in to check out, but he's too late. They already took the Aegis, and Pasha blinks in. He wants to kill onto Ace. Nice play from Rams, actually swapping Pasha back so they can secure the kill there onto Ace, but still not enough damage. Pasha gets the regeneration rune while in the bottom lane. Mid one looking to put split push pressure onto this tier 2, but it is Virtus Pro, and I don't think they're going to send heroes down here. It's way too far off where they want to be, but they actually will send. No, never mind. Yeah, so tower is already low, so they just let it fall. And they're looking to just get some farm out and get their next set of items, which is interesting. They're not going to go right away because the creep waves are not that favorable for them, especially in this bottom lane. Instead, they're actually going to rotate a lot of their heroes bottom here. Lil as well as No One. I guess that's not a lot, that's only 2, but No One just pretty much needs someone behind him at all points in time. He's a little bit more survivable now that he has the BKB, of course, and the Aegis and the Dragon Lance into Hurricane Pike. He can even cancel the charge by himself now if he can Hurricane Pike the Spirit Breaker. He won't be able to do so successfully here as it's nighttime. He managed to come out of the fog, but he doesn't kill No One, so he pops the Ghost, or he pops the BKB and tries to finish off Puppy, but he will actually just go down. Pasha was lying in wait, gets the stomp off. Really nice play from them there actually, and now they're going to look to push in through the bottom lane, shove his way out as wave out as much as possible. So this game from either side looking fairly even. Only 2,000 net worth on the side of Virtus Pro. And they're going to go forward. They try to initiate onto mid one, but he manages to hide into the trees. They did dust him up, but the Shadow Blade gave him too much move speed. He was able to escape. Wasted Brew split, and they're going to try to catch a hero. They're going fast as the charge is coming onto Ramses, but the Moonlight Shadow will get revealed, and Virtus Pro will survive. They used the Brew split there, but they won't lose anybody. They don't get anybody either. Pasha is going for the next item, BKB, to make sure he can get his ultimate off. In addition, it might even allow him to brawl a little bit before just committing right into his ultimate, which is nice. And I mean, later on, if he just goes for a battle brew, he will have a BKB available, so he can go in there and start hitting with his real hero rather than using the Primal Split as his primary team fighting. So Virtus Pro, they steal a catapult from Secret, and they're feeling confident pushing into the mid lane. No one sieging from a really long range here, starting to chip out this mid tower, and Ramses here just to beat the extra damage from the Vengeance Ori. He's also holding onto the cheese. The swap will be a nice save as well, and they're playing for Protect 1 Dota as No One is slowly working onto this tier 3 while Secret are just forced to sit there and watch. Look how long range No One is hitting from. They get the nice decrepit fight onto him. The ignite flies through, but No One surely will finish off this mid tower. But Ace, oh, it is Ace. Ace comes in here with the Chakram, but he actually just loses his life there. No One on an unstoppable streak. They only lose solo, and this is looking to be bad as the assassin actually kills Farah. They'll have to commit buybacks here, but even then, is it actually enough? They're going to Brew Split just to take out the racks. We're sending the Storm Spirit forward to delay, and the mid racks will fall. Virtus Pro looking hot in this first game. Ramses with the swap back, going to allow him to get the kill onto mid one. And if heroes start dying now, this might be game. Timber comes in. Ace underestimating his strength in that last fight there. They still have the Aegis on Sniper. The cheese is up on Vengeance as well. They charge through. They really want to kill Ramses. He eats the cheese, and he might even try to turn this. Oh, maybe not. There's 3 heroes on him. His team is nowhere nearby, and he does not get hit by the arrow actually, but the damage output from the Timber should be enough. Gets the last Silver Edge hit in, but it won't matter. He will go down. No One though getting to that point where he's reached his peak. He has completed the Mjolnir now, has the BKB so he can fight Hurricane Pike as well. Really good against the Spirit Breaker, and looks like solo casually dies there. to Secret invading the jungle. And ooh, Pugna clinging forward very aggressively, trying to nuke down no one, but he has the BKB. He's going to turn it, and Fada just loses his life. He does not have buyback. He's committed there to attempt to defend high ground, but it wasn't much of a defense. They kind of just watched their racks fall. But at this point, I really see that Virtus Pro have a good understanding of when they're strong, when they can go in with this draft. It is a pretty non-standard draft. I think it just goes back to how comfortable they used to be on these heroes, right? I mean, Lil, Enchantress is his signature. Solo, I mean, Ogre, it's one of the 3 heroes he's playing right now. No one. Sniper is, I mean, legendary, I would say. Sniper is super strong, and it was picked up a lot when that hero was a bit stronger, right? But right now they're making it work. The Bloodlust Sniper, he's hitting hard. He's top net worth in the game, and he's making things happen. As for Pasha, I mean, he's been liking the Brewmaster. I wouldn't call it a signature for him, but he's also pretty good on the hero. Very good on his spell usage during the Brew split. Always throws the Timber up in the air, and they can choose to ignore him. And that's what they've mostly been doing so for now. As for Virtus Pro, they're just looking to close out the game. They have a 7k net worth advantage at this point, and Moonlight Shadow will allow them to get a pick off there onto Pasha. And what it was Dagon. Alright, Dagon Gaming coming out from Secret right now. They're doubling up the Dagon. They got Dagon on Fodder. They got Dagon on Yapsor. And it feels like their answer to this game is just nuke people down. But that's not going to be possible once the BKB comes out from Ramses. They already got the BKB on no one. And at this point, Virtus Pro, they're still playing very cautious here, especially with their Brew dead. He's a critical part of their team fight. And I think that's how Secret really want to take fights later on in the game. They want to just take out the Brew, get good vision on him, and remove him from the fight. Because without the Brew, they'll actually win, right? If Brew doesn't get the split off, they'll win every single fight. There's actually not much of a chance. But we're gonna see a swap back onto mid one. He pops the BKB for nothing. Godlike Shriek for no one. Ramses has been on point with his aggressive swaps in this game, actually. Roshan, not quite up yet, will be respawning in 1 minute, so even if this Lina did go down for a long time, they're not going to be able to capitalize by going for Roshan, as it's a bit of a longer timer here. Pasha did complete his BKB, so he'll have some answers in the team fights to all of these stuns and magic damage coming out from Team Secret, as well as Pier from Timber. And I think it's a very important item for him to have. He's going for the Assault Cures next, and the Gym has also been purchased by Lil, given to Pasha to help scout up some wards. I think vision control, very important for Virtus Pro. They need to make sure that their backline isn't charged and focused down. So again, Secret have the burst damage to do so. That's Dagon 5 on Fada. He has the 4 staff for some extra mobility as well. Actually, it's only Dagon 4 or Dagon 3. Alright. I thought the Dagon was a bit bigger, but it's actually only Dagon 3, but they have a Dagon 1 on Yapsor, and he's playing to build more Dagon as well. I mean, Team Secret with the laser strats right now, they're just trying to lock people down and Dagon them, get rid of them, because they just don't want to deal with Virtus Pro in these prolonged fights for Sniper. Even if he gets out with low HP, he can come back in at some point, and no one's going to catch him. And he's just going to be able to run freely, attacking everything, doing a ton of damage. And right after taking that top tower, VP will smoke up. They're looking for some action in the bottom lane. Ramses trying to defend the tower. It's actually taking a ton of damage here from the rat play coming out from Fada. And again, they lose mid one to VP smoke. Everyone's going to TP bottom here. They want to contest. But Ramses with the nice 4 staff away. He's going to be able to live for now. He's healing up from the sprites as well. Secret's in trouble. If they get the stun to him, he might die here. But he does manage to Timber Chain away. But no, the swap back from Ramses. and now they're battling up in the mid lane. The break from Ramses will stop the magic damage resistance, and he's just gonna feel that there's no way out, so he's gonna suicide and, you know, find himself back in base. And now the Timber is starting to lose Bloodstone charges as well. We have Lena on 2 Bloodstones. We have Timber on 3 Bloodstone charges. Not a good sign for Virtus.pro, especially against this Aegis now. Going to be picked up by Ramses, or actually no one. Ramses will take the cheese. And this is giving Virtus.pro potential to go high ground once again, take one of the side lanes. And I don't know what Secret's answer is to it. What they can do is they can split push themselves as well, but they have to be very careful, as one hero coming back, a bad swap in, and they've just lost a super important hero, and they will probably lose the game off of it. But Virtus.pro, again, taking the game a lot slower than I normally expect them to. When they see heroes bottom, they're like, alright, we don't want anybody here. They're going to just put the was it ward in the bottom lane here, and they should cover the area, but wait, alright, never mind, they didn't have a ward there, so they're just pushing straight through bottom, and they're gonna look to go high ground. I don't know what Secret can do here to defend this high ground push. The most they can hope for is they charge in, maybe stun someone, nuke them down with Dagon. But there is Glimmer Cape on Lil. It's going to help stop that strategy. They don't have a pipe quite yet though. Solo isn't quite at the money. But it doesn't look like it's going to stop Liquid as they're going to reach the high ground here. They get a nice D-ward, sidestep the arrow from Ramses, send the Chakram out, and he's their delayer, but I don't know if he is enough. They try to go on Ramses. He gets his BKB off, and he's going to clean up. Look at the damage there onto Puppey. They're already taking out Fada as well. He buys back, but there's no place for him to be here. The multicast onto Ace. They do have enough to take him out. They're going to go forward. Gets a stun there onto Mirana in the backline, but there's another set of racks for Virtus.pro. BKB pop by Pasha just to TP home. Again, there's a rat play coming out from mid one. He actually does manage to take out the melee, but he might lose his life for it. And what now? What now? They need one more attack. He actually finishes him off with the clap in the bottom lane though. Fada loses his life. They only TP back one hero in Pasha, and it was enough to defend against that push. But the top tier 3 is actually fairly low now, but I don't think Virtus.pro will be too bothered by that, as there's going to be Boots Travel right here. Boots Travel 2, I think, onto Pasha. No, TPing right on his teammate. They come forward, get another kill there onto Puppey. And now they're going in with the Primal Split. They're going to take out the top lane, and once they do this, I don't see a way for Secret to come back. They just don't have the wave clear necessary. That's the melee. That's the range. Fada says sorry. All Dire Barracks have fallen, and they're going to just go straight for the throne. GG's just going to be called by Puppey. He knows that it's over, and we're going to see an end to the game 1 between Virtus.pro and Secret. It was a dominating performance from Virtus.pro. Secret had a couple of moments there where it felt like they were able to come back in a sense, but it just wasn't enough. No one scaled so well on his sniper. He had solid position. He didn't ever get picked off unnecessarily. Then that meant that he scaled really well into the mid to late game. And after getting those Aegises and cheese on the side of Virtus.pro, Secret just didn't have the potential to take these high ground defending team fights. And as a result, Virtus.pro just walks in, takes the racks casually. And it felt like just another day at work for these heroes, and just come in. We're just going to demolish Secret's base, no problem. Secret didn't put up much of a fight, and Virtus.pro claims his game 1 victory. Probably join me back for game 2. See what happens here in this grand finals between Team Liquid or Team Secret and Virtus.pro.